just again. If you have everything you need, come to a comfortable seated position. And while you're getting yourself situated, I'll just be on the lookout for anyone else who might be joining or waiting in the waiting room. If you are establishing a comfortable seat, I highly recommend using some cushions or blocks, or if you have a bolster or pillows, and really hoist up your hips. Give yourself as much padding as you need so that you can elevate your hips higher than your knees. And then you can sit on your knees with your ankles around whatever you have propping you up, or you can cross your ankles in front of your pubic bone and let your knees come down on an angle towards the ground, just to create the most comfortable seated position that you can. Wonderful, everybody. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to get started. Everybody's on mute now. All right. Welcome, everyone. Once you're comfortably seated, go ahead and close your eyes. Press your sits bones down, lengthen up through the crown of your head to find that alignment in your spine real naturally, nothing too aggressive, just a natural lift through the crown of your head. And with your eyes closed, let's just take a moment in silence to transition into this space that we're co-creating together. Allow your facial features to soften. Release your jaw. Relax the sides of your neck, the top of your shoulders. Let your hands rest comfortably on your lap. Palms can be up or down, whatever feels intuitive for you. Relax your upper chest down to your lower belly. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Sigh out through your mouth. Just letting go of whatever came before this moment. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Audible sigh out. Just letting go of everything that you don't need. One more time. Big inhale. And then let your breath settle back into its natural rhythm for a moment. And take in these words from Swami Kripalu on Pranayama. The soul and the breath are close friends. The soul and the breath are close friends. When the soul departs from the body in death, the breath leaves simultaneously. This close relationship is why the technique of pranayama, or breathing technique, is so important to the practice of yoga. Pranayama is the soul of yoga. In fact, it is yoga itself. Pranayama is the soul of yoga. It is yoga itself. Our pranayama practice is our mindful breathing practice. And so with your eyes still closed, let's move into Dirga Pranayama, our 3-part breathing technique. So as you're ready, breathe in through your nose, fill up the lower belly, expand through your rib cage, keep breathing all the way up to collarbones, and then exhale in reverse, collarbones, ribs, lower belly. Inhale, lower belly inflates, ribs expand, puff out the upper chest with air. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Keep breathing just like this with all of your attention on the breath. How much can you zoom in your awareness to what's happening inside your body as you fill up with air, what it feels like. And then keep that focused awareness on the breath as you exhale and notice what that feels like. Keep the breath going. Pay such close attention to the breath that you're almost in control of breathing into each chamber of your lungs, bottom, middle, and top, one at a time, and then emptying out top, middle, bottom. And then remember that your lungs are 360 degrees, so you can even expand your back body and your side body as well. We're going to spend a little bit longer here, so I want you to start to find your natural rhythm. However that shows up for you, maybe the breath is really big and bright, or maybe your breath is so slow and you're just starting to wake up your respiratory system. There's no right or wrong. I just want you to find your rhythm and almost make this breathing technique sort of meditative quality underneath the breath. Keep breathing. And you might start to notice that you have a deeper access to the breath as your respiratory system and all of the muscles around your torso start to warm up. The breath and the soul are close friends. So with each breath, I want you to think about polishing your soul, caressing your own soul with that fresh air that you sip in. And then with each exhalation, maybe start to think about letting go of what does not serve your soul. Just this symbolic gesture of nurturing your soul with your own breath. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. Last breath, everyone. Make it the deepest breath you can take naturally and comfortably. And slow exhale, allowing your muscles to relax, your mind to become more present, and the breath to release. Return to your natural rhythm of breathing and just pause for a moment to notice the effects of mindful breathing, 3-part Dirga Pranayama. Maybe your heartbeat is a little bit faster. You might have a very subtle sensation under your skin. Now bring your hands together right at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Set an intention for practice. And if something comes to you right away, then great, set that. But if you're still searching, maybe today your intention is to focus on the breath. Let's open with the sound of Om. Inhale. Let that vibration absorb into your body. Hands can come down and your eyes can start to flutter open. All right, everybody. So good to be here with all of you. Let's move over to the mat. If you're following along with the Spotify playlist, we'll start it together on a count of 3, 2, 1, play. And then let's go to tabletop position. For those of you that have sensitivity in the knees, you might take a blanket, fold it up a few times and place it underneath your knees. Now, before you go and line up your wrists under your shoulders, let's erase that cue. I want you to bring your arms down by your side. So come to a high kneeling position on your mat. I'll face you so that you can see what I mean. And your knees are about hips distance apart, but your arms are down by your side. And then from here, just bring your hands up. So I don't want you to draw them in or out. Just naturally let your arms float up, turn your palms forward, and then place them down. So for me, my hands are more like mat's distance apart. That's my natural angle. So see what your natural angle is. If you have to do it again, go right ahead. Bring your arms down by your side, float them up, palms forward, and then just place the palms down. And see if this helps you to feel a little more comfortable. Splay your fingers wide. And let's move into cat and cow. Inhale with the breath, arch the spine. Exhale, full breath out as you round the back. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Now start to zoom in on the breath. Let the breath be the driver today, and the movement follows the breath. So you initiate the breath first, and then the movement follows, synchronizing movement and breath. Good job, everybody. One more round. And on your next inhale, come back to neutral spine. Exhale it out. Inhale, sweep your right arm out to the side and up, rotate. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring the right hand behind the left wrist, right ear to the mat. And let's keep going with the breath. Inhale the right arm out and up. Follow your breath. Exhale it down, ear to mat. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. Sweep the arm up, draw the navel in. Then exhale, float the hand back down to where it was. Inhale, the left arm sweeps out to the left, up. Exhale, thread the needle, left ear to the mat. Inhale, sweep it out and up. Draw the lower belly in. Exhale, follow the rhythm of the breath as you come down. Inhale one more time. Exhale it out. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. And exhale, bring your hand down to where you left it off. From here, lift your right knee out to the side and exhale, tap your right elbow. Inhale, sweep the leg back to the left side of the mat. Land on the ball mound of your right foot. Look over your left shoulder so you get a lateral stretch in the right side body. Inhale there. Exhale, tap right elbow with your right knee. Inhale, cross it back. Look over your shoulder. Exhale, tap. One more. Inhale, use the full breath. Exhale. Pause there. And bring the knee back down to neutral. Sweep the left knee out to the side. Exhale, draw it towards the left elbow. Full inhale to sweep the leg back to the right side of the mat. Look over your right shoulder. Press your heel back. Take another deep breath. Fan out the left rib cage. Exhale, tap left. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, tap left. Inhale it back. Exhale, tap left. Pause there, draw the lower belly in, and then place your left knee down where you started. Good. From here, tuck your toes under and then lift up to downward facing dog. So take a few moments here to situate yourself in this posture. If that means you want to make some little micro moves, go right ahead. Maybe you're pedaling out your feet. Maybe you're swaying your tailbone. And see if it feels good to relax your neck and relax your head. Now let's come to stillness. We'll take a big breath together in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Shift the weight of your hands into your fingertips. Not 100%, so there's still some weight on the heel of the hand, but most of it's in the fingertips. And then from here, roll or wrap your armpits in towards your cheeks. Then push the earth away. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Push the earth away very gently. Just see if you can find a little more length in the spine up through the tailbone. Soften the heels down towards the mat. Relax your head and neck. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. At any time, you can come down onto your knees instead and support yourself, taking the weight off your hands. One more breath. Sigh it out. Now let's use the breath to journey to the top of the mat. Inhale, float the right leg up just as high as it feels comfortable. Exhale, step your right heel in front of the left big toe. You can stay hips distance apart. It's just that I want it maybe one footprint forward. Inhale, float the left leg up. Use the whole exhale to step your left heel right about in front of the right big toe. So you don't have to walk on a balance beam. You can stay hip distance, but just go one step further forward each time. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it 1 foot further forward. Inhale the left. Exhale. And keep that journey going. Follow the rhythm of your breath till you get to the top of the mat. Finish with your left leg since we started with the right. And then once you come back to your forward fold, make sure your feet are at least hips distance apart. Soft bend in the knees, clasp opposite elbows, and just dangle for a moment. Allow your spine to decompress. Allow all that fresh blood and lymphatic fluid to trickle to the neck and head and your face, just flushing out with all that fresh blood. Keep pressing the feet down, big toe, pinky toe in the heel. You want to root the tripods down just for stability. Draw the lower belly in and just let your spine get a little heavier. On your next inhale, place your palms on your shins and lift your spine halfway. If you like, you can place your palms on your thighs, whatever feels more comfortable, but draw the lower belly in, lengthen the spine. On an exhale, release your spine over your legs. Uttanasana. Let's do that a couple more times with the breath. Inhale, half lift. Full exhale to release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now step the right leg all the way back into a lunge. Drop the back knee down. If you're using blocks and you have them, place them underneath your hands. Whatever height feels good. I like the second tier, but maybe you want to be up a little higher. So whatever feels better for you. And then from here, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Draw the lower belly in, sink the hips forward. On an exhale, take your hands onto the block, slide them back, straighten the front leg. Keep a soft bend in your left knee. I like to keep the right toes tucked under. And then just lengthen your spine. Keep the blocks where they are. Inhale, bend into the left knee, sink the hips forward, reach the arms up and back, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, shift your tailbone back, straighten the left leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale with the breath. Exhale, all of the breath out. Synchronize the movement with the breath. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, crawl forward. Sink the hips. Exhale it out. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale it down to the block or the ground. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale it down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Set the blocks aside. Frame the front foot or bring your hands to wherever they were in tabletop. Maybe that's mat distance apart. Lift your back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, ripple forward into plank pose. Exhale, knees come down, hips go back, child's pose. Inhale, look forward, glide onto your front body for baby cobra. Press the thighs and top of the feet down. Lift your head and your heart. Exhale, lower down. Two more with the breath. Inhale, peel the head and heart. Root the feet down. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg up. Listen carefully. Exhale, step your foot 1 foot further forward, just like we did a little while ago. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it 1 foot further forward. Inhale right. Exhale it 1 step forward. Inhale left. Exhale 1 foot forward. When you get to the top of the mat, just pause there. One more perhaps. Your mat might not be as long as mine, so just pause in stillness if you're in the fold. Inhale, come to a half lift, palms press into your shins. Full breath out to fold over your legs. 2 more. Inhale, half lift. Fill all the way up to your collarbones. Exhale, release the breath, release your spine. 1 more. Big breath in, half lift. Exhale, release. Step the left leg all the way back into a low lunge. Drop the back knee down. If you're using your blocks, bring them in here, right underneath your hands. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana, lower belly draws in, relax the sides of your neck. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks, slide the blocks back, slide your hips back, straighten the right leg, but keep a soft bend in your right knee. You're on the heel of the right foot. Find length in your spine. Set this up before we flow. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale, sink the hips forward, bend into the right knee, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Big breath in. Anjaneyasana last time. Exhale it all out as you straighten your leg, hips back. Inhale, crawl the blocks forward, bend into the left knee. Exhale once you get there. Inhale, right arm up, draw the lower belly in. Exhale, hand comes to the block. 2 more with the breath. Inhale, float the arm up. Exhale, see if you can synchronize the breath and the movement so much so that on the inhale, as your hand goes to its highest height, you're at your collarbones. And then as you exhale the hand down, you're squeezing the lower belly in as the hand reaches the block. Good, let's do that one more time just for practice. Inhale. Exhale. Good job, everybody. Set the blocks aside, frame the foot, lift the back knee off the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple into plank pose. Exhale, knees down, hips back, child's pose. Inhale, look forward, glide into baby cobra. Press the top of the feet and the thighs down, draw the lower belly and just lift the head and heart. Exhale it down. Inhale, peel the head and heart, keep the neck long. Exhale it down. Inhale, peel up. Exhale down. Tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up this time. Exhale, step it 1 foot further forward. Now take this journey on your own, just as we've been doing, 1 foot at a time. Use the whole inhale to lengthen your leg up and the whole exhale to step forward. End with your right leg. No rush. Once you get there, pause in a forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows. Root the tripods under your feet down. Lift your tailbone, but keep that soft bend in your knees. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, half lift, palms press shins. Lower belly draws in as your spine lengthens. Exhale, release. This time, inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Come up with a flat back. Arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, palms touch. Slide them down to your heart. Bring the arms down by your side. And pause for a moment in mountain pose. Notice how you feel. Gaze is forward. Press the big toe, the pinky toe, and the heel into the earth and just evenly distribute the weight in those 3 points at the sole of your foot, of each foot. Soft bend the knees, root the feet down, lift up, out of the waist, through the crown. Palms are forward, but the arms are so gently down by your side, their natural place. Chin is in neutral, gaze is forward. Big breath in. Exhale slowly. Palms come to your heart center. From here, inhale, sweep the arms out and all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, flat back, soft knees. Inhale, palms press shins, rise halfway. Exhale, release. Step the right leg all the way back into a lunge, spiral the back heel down, and then cartwheel up to warrior 2. The back toes are turned in about 45 degrees. Front knee bends over the front knee. Arms are lengthened out into a T shape. Now this is all about the breath. So root the feet down, lift up through the crown of your head, draw the lower belly in, relax the sides of your neck. Look over the front middle finger, no fuss. Inhale, straighten the front leg, sweep the arms up overhead. Your palms can touch or arms can stay in parallel. And then exhale, rebend the front knee, look forward. Inhale, use the whole in breath to sweep the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend in. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Keep the front knee straight. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Turn the left toes to the right. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold, wide-legged standing position for forward fold. Now, some of you might want to bring your feet a little closer together if it feels comfortable. Toes facing the side of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out to a T shape. Good, 5-pointed star. And on the exhale, bring your hands onto your hips. Draw the lower belly in, so your hip points, you want to imagine them pulling together. And then from here, send the tailbone back very slightly as you hinge over your hips. And with your spine in neutral, come down to a fold. Now, some of you might want to place blocks under your hands and stay in a half lift, or maybe tent your fingers and stay in a half lift. Others might enjoy a deeper stretch by allowing the spine to dangle. So wherever you are, if your hands are on blocks, that's fine. Lengthen your spine if you're there. Press the feet down, big toe, pinky toe, and the heel. Take a big breath. And then exhale. Release the spine. If you're in a half lift, see if you can just bend at your elbows and let your head go down. Let's all do that. Inhale, come up to half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release your spine into the fold. Bend your knees as much as you like. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up halfway. Root your feet down. Bring your hands onto your hips. Draw your navel in. Exhale, just send your tailbone under. So scoop it under just a little bit and use your core muscles to come up to a standing position. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out to a T. Left toes turn forward. Bend into the left knee. We're back where we started. So take a big breath in here. Use the full exhale to cartwheel down to low lunge. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, ripple into plank pose. Exhale, knees down, hips back. Use the whole exhale to get to child's pose. And then use your whole in-breath to glide into baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, I'm going to let you do this on your own. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it 1 foot further forward and keep going. Follow your own rhythm. Make it like a meditation in motion, breath and movement. Feel each footstep to the top of the mat. End with your left leg. And then make sure your feet are hips distance apart once you get to the top of the mat. No rush. Pause in a forward fold. Root the feet down. Clasp opposite elbows. Release your upper body. On your next inhale, bend your knees. Sweep your arms out and come up with a flat back. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, swan dive. Spine is in neutral, knees are softly bent. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release. Left leg back, back heel down, then cartwheel up to warrior two. I'm gonna turn around so I'm not facing my back to you. And just make any adjustments so that your back toes are turned in ever so slightly. Front knee is bent over the front ankle, no more than that, but if you need to come back a little bit, that's okay too. Tripods root down, arms sweep out to a T. Lower belly draws in, lengthen through the crown, relax the sides of your neck, look over the front middle finger. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up overhead, lengthen out of your pelvis. Exhale, rebend the front knee, warrior two. Two more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Keep your front knee straight. Exhale, arms out to a T. Right toes turn to the side of the mat. And if you did on the other side, you might want to bring your legs a little closer, or your feet rather, a little closer together. Toes face the side of the mat in the same direction. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Imagine the hip bones drawing in towards each other to draw the lower belly in. Inhale here. And then exhale, send your tailbone back, hinge over the hips. Spine is in neutral, and come to wherever you left off. If you go right down, then just make sure there's a soft bend in your knees. If you're in a half lift, to start, bring in your blocks if you need them. And just pause for a moment. Take a couple of breaths to find what feels right to you. If you need to make any adjustments, go right ahead. Now everybody come to a half lift on an inhale. Root the feet down, lengthen from tailbone to crown, soft bend the knees. Take a big breath in here again. Exhale, release into the fold as much as you can. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, come halfway up. Feet root down, lower belly draws in, hands on your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under and then come up. Spine is maybe in neutral, maybe it's a little rounded. Either way, it's okay. Turn the left toes forward, arms out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the front knee, back to where we started from. Inhale, look over the front middle finger. Full exhale to cartwheel down, low lunge. Step back, downward dog. This time start with your left leg. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, step 1 foot further forward. Keep going all the way to the top of the mat. Follow the rhythm of your breath. The breath is driving. So initiate the breath first. Then the leg movement follows. Bend your knees as much as you need to. End with the right leg. And once you get there, dangle in a forward fold for a moment. Root the feet down, soften the knees. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. You can shake your head no, then shake your head yes. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your hips And then exhale, draw the lower belly in, scoop the tailbone under and come up to stand. Inhale, arms reach a little bit forward and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Feel your heart beating under your thumbs. Feel the movement of your prana, your life force energy, tingling or buzzing underneath your skin, maybe in the palm of your hands. Gaze forward. Soften the gaze. Bring your hands down by your side, mountain pose. Good job, everybody. From here, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, sit back in a little chair. Lower belly draws in. Most of the weight is in your heels. Inhale, press the soles of the feet down, rise up. Maybe the arms lift up, maybe they stay parallel. Exhale, sit back in a little chair. Let's use the breath to flow through these two postures. Inhale, root down to rise up. Exhale, sit back. One more. Like the posture is breathing you. That's how synchronized it is. This time as you rise up, come all the way up, shift your weight to your left foot, draw the right knee in towards your navel, and then exhale, come back down. Feet are hips distance. So we're just gonna add that one little leg lift. Inhale, shift your weight to your right foot, lift the left knee in. I'm mirroring you, I'm on the opposite side. Exhale, bring it down. Utkatasana. Draw the lower belly in. Let's do that. Keep your own pace. Find your own rhythm. The inhale lifts you up, lifts your knee. The full exhale sits you back down in that awkward chair. Like the posture is breathing you. Or you are breathing the posture, whatever way makes sense. End on the opposite leg that you started. So I believe it's your right knee pulling in. And then exhale, come down, awkward chair. Inhale, press your feet down, rise up to mountain, lifting out of your waist. Exhale, just let your arms come forward and down, palms face forward, shoulders just roll back gently. Soft bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, all the breath out. Inhale, lower belly, ribs, collarbones. Exhale in reverse. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and come all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Step all the way back to plank pose. Bring the knees down, hips back, child's pose. Inhale, roll up your spine, one vertebra at a time. We won't stay here on the heels for very long, but that's where we want to be for a moment. Then shift the weight to one side. Slide your feet out in front of you. Now, I like to use my blocks here. Come to sit in Dandasana. So Dandasana is staff pose. It's a seated version of mountain pose. So you might want to remove the flesh from underneath your buttocks just so you can feel your sits bones, those two bony landmarks underneath your butt. Plug them into the earth. Right? And then bring your legs a little bit wider apart. Maybe they're even like mat's distance apart. Okay? And then from here, yeah, mine are a little bit more than hips distance apart even. From here, draw the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. I'm going to mirror you, so I'm on the opposite side. Yeah. Just make sure your legs are in like a little bit of a V shape. Now I'm going to take my blocks and bring them right in the front. You can put them on any angle. If you prefer, you can just bring your hands down. Keep a soft bend in your left knee. And then press your left heel down into the ground, but make sure that bend, that little bend is in your left knee. Then root your heel down. All right, inhale right here. Exhale, maybe you crawl your fingers a little further forward. Go to the first level of sensation. Inhale right here. Maybe your hands crawl a little bit further forward. Now follow the rhythm of your breath. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. See if you want to go further. If you're at your edge and the stretch feels like it's enough, just pause there and breathe. If you have blocks under your hands, you might bring your elbows onto the blocks if that feels good. You can keep the spine rounded or in neutral, but just make sure you're not dipping your head down. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Soft bend in the left knee, everybody. Take a couple of more breaths. Inhale. One more breath. Now walk your hands back up. Okay, you might want to move the blocks for a moment. Straighten your right leg and just notice the difference between left and right. If you really felt that stretch in your left knee, like behind the left knee, that means you need to bend it a little bit more. All right, so let's try it on the other side. Bring your left, the sole of your left foot to the right inner thigh. Soft bend the right knee and then press the right heel down into the ground. Hands are right in front of you. So maybe that leg goes over to the side a little bit more if you like. Blocks or no blocks. Inhale right where you are. Exhale, just start to crawl slowly forward, just like we did when we were walking to the top of the mat. We're going to do the same thing here. Inhale. Exhale, crawl a little bit further forward. Remember to bend your knee, root the heel down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you can stop crawling forward whenever you feel like you're at your edge, but keep breathing. And if you did on the other side, you can put your elbows or forearms on the blocks, lengthen the neck, chin is in neutral, gaze is forward, breathe deeply. One more breath. Okay, everybody start to walk your hands and the blocks back. Good. You can move the blocks. Now from here, I want you to bring the soles of both feet together. But before we do that, let's set up for supported fish pose. So take your blocks and place one block and start on its second tier. But if that's too much, you can bring it down to the lowest tier. So one block is going horizontal. And then the other block, well, that's also going horizontal, but you might want it a little bit higher, right? Or you might want it a little bit lower. So there's going to be an element of adjusting once we get there because I want you to be as comfortable as you can, okay? So here's the deal. We want the shoulder blades on the closer block and the back of the head on the second block. right? So see what makes sense. Just go really slow. Get your shoulder blades and then your head. So this is a little too much for me. So I'm going to bring the second, both of my blocks are at the same height. They're on the second tier. But if that feels like too much for you, bring them down to the first tier. Always roll off the block sideways. So if you're making any adjustments, go for it. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe today I'm going to be on the lowest tier, the baby bear level, the lowest level of the block. Okay, so one is under your shoulder blades. The other is under your head. Make sure your chin is not up. Tuck the chin in a little bit just to keep length in the back of your neck. Now, if you want, you can bring the soles of your feet together so that you're in Baddha Konasana. If this doesn't feel good, especially on the lower back, then come out of it. Just place the soles of your feet on the ground, or you can walk the soles of your feet to the edge of the mat and let your knees rest on each other. This is what I'm going to do because I'm feeling a little sensitive in the lower back today. Now your arms, I don't want your arms dangling too much, so bring them maybe to a low V. If cactus feels too intense, then just slide them down a little bit, right? This you want to adjust yourself so that you feel supported with a brightness across your upper chest. And if this is still too much, bring your arms way down by your side. That'll decrease the stretch in the upper chest, right? So you get to discern which angle your arms are at. And then once you feel comfortable, find a little bit of stillness. And if the blocks don't feel good as a support, then you can let the blocks go and just pause there on the mat. Make sure there's no twinging in the lower back. If there is, then bring your knees together. Eyes are closed. Breathe. Big breath in through your nose. Filling up lower belly, expanding the ribs. Breathe up to your collarbones. Exhale in reverse. Collarbones, ribs, belly. Couple of more breaths. Zoom in your awareness on the breath. Notice if you have a deeper access to the breath in this position, or if it feels more challenging. One more breath. And as you exhale the breath out, if you haven't already, bring your knees together. Bring your right hand down, turn it down, and then slowly roll to the right side off the blocks. And bring yourself up to a seated position for a moment. Remove the blocks now. And set up for Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. Before we do that, well, once you get settled, you might want to take a blanket and cover yourself. If you have a bolster, there's an option to place it underneath your knees. Or you can put your blocks underneath your knees. With your feet at least hips width apart, arms down by your side. Make any adjustments so that your neck is long in the back. Shoulder blades are tucked underneath. Now take a big breath in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And as the breath leaves the body, let your body get heavier and return your breathing to its natural rhythm. Pranayama awakens the body's latent energies. So now in corpse pose, in total stillness, with your breath at its natural pace, you might start to experience the subtle sensation of those energies as they move around in your body. Notice what's happening under your skin. A tingle, a buzz, a sense of aliveness, even in corpse pose. Maybe your heart is beating faster or more predominantly than before. What can you notice? Corpse pose allows these energies flowing freely to absorb into the tissues. And our pranayama practice encourages this deep inner absorption. Pause to receive that inward reflection and notice what it feels like. Begin deepening the breath. Invite gentle, small movements back into the body. A wiggle of the fingers, a roll of the ankles, whatever feels intuitive and gentle. Awakening the body from that deep inner absorption, coming back into the space. The next time you breathe in, make it a deep breath and float the arms up overhead alongside your ears. You might stretch left and right side body if it feels good. And then as you exhale that breath out, hug the knees in and roll over onto one side into a fetal position. Pause there for a moment. Then use the top hand to peel yourself up to a comfortable seat for a final closing. Once you're seated, just take a brief pause. Notice if anything has shifted since the start of practice, since the moment before you arrived in this class. Notice if you have a deeper access to your breath. Breathe in, just taking in enough air to feel that. And then bring your hands together at your heart, Anjali Mudra. And take away these words once again from Swami Kripalu. The soul and the breath are close friends. When the soul departs from the body in death, the breath leaves simultaneously. This close relationship is why the technique of pranayama is so important to the practice of yoga. Pranayama is the soul of yoga. In fact, it is yoga itself. Take that awareness with you into the rest of your evening, into the rest of your week. Let's close with the sound of Om. Inhale. Bow your head towards your heart. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me. I bow to the light within each of you. Namaste.